What's up, y'all? Back for another day of shed hunting. I'm back on my main property here in Kansas, where I found this shed last year. Check this thing out. It is giant, dude. Ooh, yes. Beautiful shed. Giant. Look at that baby. Humongous. I love it. That's the biggest shed I've found in a long time. That was to a buck I hunted pretty hard last year and just never ended up seeing him, never had an encounter with him. Never saw him this year, didn't get any trail camera pictures, so I kind of think he's dead, but maybe he just moved on to another property, not sure. But I also found these 2 matched sets on this property last year as well. It's about as good as it gets, side by side. And I see a little white thing out there, glassed it up. It looks like another match set. Not quite as big as the other one, but. And this year we have a wheat field back there again, so I'm gonna check that out. I'm not expecting a lot. When I pulled my trail cams off this property in late December, there were like 3 does and a fawn on it, so I'm not really expecting a lot like it said, but there's food and there's cover, and nobody should be back here at all. So maybe some bucks moved in over the winter in January or February and maybe hit that wheat field pretty hard. So I'm just gonna head back there for a couple hours. It's super windy out, so I'm gonna bring my mic with me and try to get as much footage as I can. It's gonna be pretty tough with the wind, but let's go, we'll see what happens. One more note, if you wanna watch the full video of the sheds I found on this property last year, I'll post it up above right now. Let's go. Gotta do what you gotta do for the sheds. Ha ha ha, that didn't take long at all. I literally just crossed the river like 30 yards ago, and there's some does, 3 does bedded right in here, so I decided to check this out and got my first shed right back here by this bush. That's what I'm talking about. Might be old, looks like. Yep. Oh, look at that cool kicker. Is that fresh or old? I can't tell, I'll have to pick it up. That's a cool looking deer. Last year's. I missed it last year. Cool split though. Not sure if I have pictures of this deer or not. He doesn't look familiar. Oh well, let's keep going. Well, I walked all those wheat fields and didn't find a single shed. Spent about 4.5 miles back and forth on those wheat fields, and there's a fair amount of tracks out there, so I was kind of surprised I didn't see anything. There's a lot of tracks down here in the timber and a lot back where I came from, where I found that first shed, but I don't know if they just weren't up in that wheat field or as much as I thought they would be. There's another wheat field just like 300 yards away, so maybe they're hitting that one instead of the other one, but I'm gonna hit this timber back and forth. I think they're bedding in here a little bit, so hopefully I pick something up. Just finished my walk, only found this one shed right off the bat. Walked 8 miles total, back and forth in the field like I said, and then back and forth in the trees and the pasture, all over the place. Did not find a single shed after this first one, so I guess my original suspicions were right. Most of the bucks stayed off of this property. It must have just been doe tracks everywhere. There were a lot of tracks, a lot of nice sized tracks, but I don't know if they just happened to shed somewhere else or it was mainly does, but that's a wrap for today. Well, I'm back out for another shed hunt today. It's been a couple days since I've been out. I've been pretty busy with work and turkey hunting and everything else going on, but I actually shot a Big Tom opening day here in Nebraska. You can watch that video. I've got the link down in the description below if you want to check that out. But today's a perfect day for shed hunting. It's cloudy, it's a little misty, so I'm going to walk around and see what I find. Boom, just like that. You can barely see it right there. Number 1 of the day, nice 4-point. I don't know how I didn't see it from the other side. Oh yeah. Look at that. Awesome. Number 1 for the day, that's what I'm talking about. That's a nice shed. Just picked it up and got a little surprise, little kicker. It's kind of cool. If you look closely, you can see little chew marks on the end of every single tine. And what that actually is It's not mice, it's not squirrels. Coyotes will actually take these antlers and run around with them and bring them to different locations. So this shed actually probably wasn't dropped here. Probably wasn't dropped maybe anywhere close to here. The coyote must have picked it up and drug it over here. There's chew marks on all 4 tines, so coyotes have definitely been moving this antler around. Number 2 out in the field. Actually looks pretty nice, split G3, a little bit of mass on it, not too bad. Cool buck. Oh yeah, that's a cool looking shed. Just out here in this bean field. Better look this over a couple times. Dead buck. Just spotted this broken antler. Honestly, kind of looks like that last shed I found with that split G3. Similar genetics for sure. I'll have to see if it's the same buck. Cool. Finally spotted another shed. It's been like 2 hours since I found that last one. Looks like it might be a fresh little 1.5-year-old buck. Let's go see what we got. Yep, for sure. Fresh little 1.5. Squirrels are getting on his base a little bit. Let's take a look. I'm kind of thinking that it's a different buck. Similar, but turn him over. Kind of darker on this one. I just found a little lighter on that one. If this one broke during the rut, that's been laying out there quite a bit longer than this one too, so pretty similar. Could be the same buck, but not for sure. I'm kind of thinking a different deer though. I was just turning around and gonna head back to the vehicle, and I just caught a little tiny glimpse of a little white tine sticking up. Looks like another fresh one, another small one, but sweet. Just barely saw that one, almost missed it. Oh yeah, fresh little 4-point. Having a good day so far. Just making my way back to the vehicle and found another one. I was coming up here to walk the field edges, but this works. Another fresh one. Well, that's a wrap for today. Found 3 dead bucks, 6 sheds, walked about 8 miles, so a pretty good day overall. I love these cloudy or rainy days for shed hunting. They really make those sheds pop out. 2 really awesome sheds for sure. Clearly different deer, but really cool character on both of them. Gotta love it. I'm at 27 antlers for the year now, walked about 70 miles, so I'm a little bit slower than usual. I'm trying to hit that 50 mark. 50 is usually my goal every single year, so I'm 23 short now. Gonna keep after it as much as I can. Turkey season is already here in Nebraska. It's coming up soon in Kansas. We've got work, school, everything else going on, so it's gonna be pretty tough to hit that mark, but I'm gonna get it out as much as I can in the next few weeks and try to hit that 50 mark. Thanks for checking out the channel. We have a bunch of turkey hunts coming up this spring yet. We have a couple on the channel already, a couple shed hunts already, some hunts from last fall that you can go check out. Subscribe, like, comment if you want to. See you next time.